Blessings, beautiful crew, and welcome to this week's offering. And just taking a moment to notice the space that you are in and how your body is feeling this morning, and just kind of bringing yourself to center. We're going to start seated, so find comfortable, right? So a space, a place, a seated position, we'll try that, that feels comfy, and take a moment just to welcome your practice, welcome yourself to your yoga mat. Take a breath, breathe out what doesn't need to come with you on your yoga journey this morning. And just maybe bring a hand or both hands kind of to the heart space if that feels alright, or maybe it's the womb space. Yes, Taima, you have a womb space as well, should you want one. To bring that kind of space internal for a moment. We're going to breathe. And as we breathe, we're just going to feel like there's a space. That is our yoga space. That is a collective yoga space too. That we enter, that we can grow within, that we can grow. Let's breathe, soften. About honouring your body on this journey, so what it needs. Are you in a rush to get to the yoga bit? Do you need to slow down? This is the yoga bit. So honouring your body with whatever we do this morning, tonight, what time of the day is it? How does that kind of impact things as we open into a bit more space in the body? So move a little bit, bring these hands down to the floor, to the ground. Connect in. Okay, where are you? What's the land that you're on? What's the stories of the land that you're on? Take a breath. We're going to leave our left hand there. We're going to circle this right arm up in line with the ear, and then we're going to reach up through those right ribs. You can turn and look under that arm. We can find your breath. Inhale, come up slow, plant that right hand, circle that left arm up. Lift through those left ribs, find those muscles. Bring this left hand down around behind you, come into just a gentle twist, looking over that left shoulder. Feel the breath moving. Come back around to the other side. Slowly back to center. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Take hold of our feet. We're going to go up and down slowly into Baddha Konasana. Just easing into those hips, depends on what you've been doing. Whether everything feels warm or whether we need to warm up those muscles. It's obviously getting a little bit warmer here where I'm filming, so summer arriving for those of you that are in our northern hemisphere, the winter starting to show its face a little bit. Although I think some of you have had some unseasonably warm weather, we're going to start circling slowly upper body around. So we can feel it in the pelvis, we can feel it in the lower back. Slow. Monty has taken refuge in the coolness under the kitchen table, the dining room table. He may appear later, he may not too. Change direction, go around the other way. We're noticing, where does our mind go when we're doing something like this? Can we stay present to what's happening in your body? We bring it to center. I'm going to just gently head over towards that right side. Let the head kind of tuck in towards that right shoulder. This left shoulder drops so we get that neck stretch. Inhale up slowly, take it to the other side. Bring it slowly back to center. And from there we're going to come around onto all fours. So kind of ease your way around. If you need something under knees, pop something under knees. And knees under our hips, wrists under our shoulders. So we're going to cat cow. So we're going to inhale, bring the chest forward. And then exhale, tuck the chin in. Lift the spine up towards the roof. And inhale forward again. Noticing just that warming up along the spine. Maybe there's some tightness in the lower back, just easing into it. Let the upper body do the work so that that lower back just gets to come for the ride. One more. Get our knees out to the edge of the mat, big toes together. Let's pull back slowly. Heart towards the floor, arms reach away, so let's create that traction. Lifting it up, bring the knees back in and under, walk those hands back in and under. Left foot steps it up, low lunge. Just bring the upper body up, nice and slow. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up. Reach, create that lifting up, link our fingers. If we can, come forward, but just check that lower back feels all right. Take the gaze upwards if we've got the room. Breathe into that space that you're creating. Let the arms come down, chin comes down, reach the arms around, link the fingers. Work the shoulder blades down. And the hands come down. We're going to wriggle out that left foot up into tiger's tail. Go and tell Zeus to be quiet, Monty. Lift the chest forward, foot like it's going to touch the back of your head. And left foot comes down, right foot steps it forward. Sinking. And then coming up through the upper body. Inhale, reach the arms up. There he is. Reaching into it and then sinking forward with those hips if we've got the room, otherwise stay over that back knee. Big deep breath. Hey Monty, what you doing? What you doing? Go here, Mum. And then reach those arms around, bring the chin down. Slow, deep breath. Hands come down, wriggle out that right foot. Up into tiger's tail. Slowly extending along the spine. Bring that knee down and we're going to wander into plank. And down dog or back into frog pose. Crow, just kind of check in. What's your body need this morning, tonight? Where are you? What's going on around you? If you're in plank, work those heels backwards. We're going to lift out through the hips towards the roof. Roll the shoulder blades away, really let the heart get a head back towards those knees. Oh, that lifting. Letting that tension out of that lower back. Head drops, face relaxes. Breath lengthens, so lengthen that exhale. Knees come down. We're going to sit back on our feet. Slowly, some meat on all fours and then slide it back to sit on those feet. Take that moment and drop the shoulders. I'm going to inhale, bring the arms up slowly and then exhale. Touch the fingers behind you, check how those shoulders are feeling. Inhale, bring them up. And then exhale as you come down and around. We're going to link our fingers into prayer pose. Not link our fingers, touch our fingertips like that, but behind the back. Fingers pointing up towards your neck. Roll the shoulders down. Beautiful stretch for the shoulders, for our fingers and our hands. Big deep breath. Then let the hands come down and relax. You're going to lift, come up onto the knees, tuck your toes under behind you. Just take this left hand into the back of the thigh first. And our right hand is going to reach up, our right arm is going to reach up. And we're lifting right up the front of the body, but we're not clunking into that lower back. So just lift, reach, take the gaze up to that thumb if there's some room. Open up the breath. And then that hand comes down, we're lifting up, reach into that space. And coming back, baby. a down dog in between. Decide which feels good for your body.
So long deep breath. Whichever one we are, we want to lengthen out that lower back. Make sure that we haven't been compressing it by accident.
Then meet back in that kneeling position. Coming up slow, tuck those toes under behind you. Left hand can go back to the left thigh again, or if that heel is easy to find, to the heel, bring the hips forward. So we want to feel like we're, reaching this front of this left shoulder's opening up as well. Then up comes this arm. We take that gaze up if it feels alright, or if the head feels a bit heavy, tuck the chin down towards the base of your throat. Nice deep breath here. Changing slowly both sides. Just keeping those hips forward, that lovely reach out, lovely deep breath. Down we come. Knees out towards the edge of the mat, big toes together. Come back slowly. Reach out through those arms. Stretch out that lower back. Really kind of create some traction with the arms this time. Big deep breath. Then we're coming back around to seated team, so just coming around slowly. And again, open cross-legged or legs out in front, whatever feels more comfy. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up. Gather that beautiful energy to the heart. 20-minute crew, particularly starting to bring your focus kind of to the end of your practice, though staying on for the 45. Just taking that pause just to feel what's going on. Maybe close the eyes for a moment. We're going to just move gently side to side in our spine. Just notice what's happening in your back. Then bring those hands down to the floor. Roll the shoulders down, tuck the chin in. Just feel that lovely extension along the spine. Take a breath there. Inhale, bring those arms up. And left hand behind, right hand to left knee, back to the twist. Just feel what's happened since we first did the twist. Inhale up, exhale the other way. Bring it back to center. Take that moment to just center yourself. To those who are leaving at this point, many blessings. Or you might be going on to do some meditation or picking up the meditation. So just be where you are. Take all of this beautiful yoga space with you. Those staying on from here, we're going to take our legs out nice and wide. So a little bit of kind of adjusting. We might want to put a cushion under our butt if we're feeling quite tight or like there's not a lot of movement. It's really interesting, the whole movement around the hips. So quite often we go, oh, it's my hamstrings. That's the reason I can't kind of reach. When you think that the pelvis has to roll around the hips to get any movement forward, if we're trying to do this, but this isn't moving, we're not going to get anywhere. And It amazes me that after all this time of teaching, I can do that as a little workshop with students, and they'll be like, no one's ever told us that. You know, some of them are quite seasoned yogis who are like, oh my goodness, I've never kind of thought that rather than it being a reach forward, it's a roll around the hips. And it can make all the difference in our forward folds, right? Even if there's no roll going on over here, okay? But that's why we prop the hips a little bit too, if we need to. So wherever you are with it, we're going to just really kind of slowly move the body. And so even if you can get your tummy to the floor, you're going to start with just your hands quite close. Some of you, this is enough, right? And then we're going to extend the spine. And so when we do that, you're going to notice that your knees pop up. We don't want to push them into the floor. We are gone are our Iyengar locking our joints days. We're going to lift up along that spine, really breathe into it. And as you do that, you're going to feel that engagement of those hamstrings, right? So, and one side might be tighter than the other, we sometimes find here too. And again, those who are tight, this is plenty, right? This is just getting that, oh yeah, there they are. Those who can roll a little bit, we're going to lift the belly. We're really feeling that lift. And we're going to come around to about your 50% mark, okay? So wherever your 50% is where I want you to find that spot. Roll the shoulders down. And now we're going to take our chin quite deep towards the base of our throat. And keep those shoulders down so you can feel the back of the neck across the top of the shoulders getting some movement. Breathe. And at that same 50%, we're going left, okay? So we're just going to turn to that left leg, and we're going to roll the shoulders down again. We're going to make sure that our spine's nice and long. We're not curling over. We're really extending. So the way that I had it described to me when I started doing yoga was that I was trying to get my belly onto my thigh, and that didn't make sense in the way that my body wanted to move. But it is that the tummy eventually comes down first, but it's this extension of the spine that makes all the difference. We can feel like we're not getting as far, right? And we are trying to sit at 50% for your body. As we walk around, we're going right. It makes a big difference. You're then getting that lovely lengthening of the spine. And those of you that are tight in your lower back, some beautiful releases can happen in that lower back. The other thing is to keep your feet active. So sometimes we collapse them, right? So when our toes pointing up towards the roof, and our breath, oh my goodness, our breath, so important. Wander in, and I know some people hate forward folds, right? So we're going to come into Baddha Konasana for a moment. Give it a break. Give yourself a wriggle. Go, oh, hamstrings. Take a couple of breaths. Just kind of come into that center. And then we're stretching those legs back out. And again, we're starting in close or staying close if this is enough. We don't get there by forcing these hamstrings. That's not how they work. 50%, those that walk to 50% and move from there, 50%. Roll the shoulders down. Let's go 80. Your 80 might be millimeters, team. Don't kind of get into the I have to get my tummy on the floor thought. Nah. Roll the shoulders down. Bring the chest slightly forward. Okay, so breathe into that space. Then tuck the chin down. Find your breathing. Think about the exhale as release, relief, softness. Inhale, energizing the body. Again, we're going left at that 80%, down that left leg. Walking it across to the right leg, 80%. Patience, gentleness, team, softness. Kindness, be kind to your body. Bring it back to center, lift it up. Give the legs a little shake, little shake, shake. And then starting here again, we're lifting up. So again, that real lift up through the belly. So feel like there's a line from your pelvic floor that runs right through the center and out through the crown of your head. And really what's happening is it's kind of pulling up, and then we're staying with that pull up even as we come forward. Find what feels good. Okay, so this one we're not even going percentages, we're just going, what do I feel like in terms of coming forward? Do I want to stay where I was? What's going to feel nice? So roll the shoulders down. Find that deep breath, active feet, long spine, long spine. Soften the breath, check where you are, make sure it's not a strain that's happening in the body. You might be playing with an edge perhaps, but you don't want to be pushing that edge too much. We're heading left, just slow. Find that enough point. Wander it across to the right. Bring it back to center. Give everything that little shake out, and then we're going to come around and frog pose or down dog team. So just kind of feel what's going to feel nice for your body. If the hamstrings are feeling like when you come around to here like whoa, you might want to just kind of either hang out in frog pose, or when you come up into down dog, just soften those knees, bend, take that pressure off. Your down dog's going to feel different probably after that, so just kind of find what's going to feel good. Then we're going to meet on our tummy on the floor, so you can chaturanga, you can melt, you can crawl, so you're on your tummy, hands under shoulders, big toes come together, lift gently into that start of cobra, just go slow, shoulders are dropped down, breath nice and long, active top of the feet, top of the thighs, glutes are there without being really strong. Bring that down, stack the forearms or stack fists, slide your left knee up, turn your head right. You can leave your arms where they are as you slide that left leg down. Toes together and come up through the chest and the head. Slight variation on Cobra, slightly different. Careful that we don't start rocking our shoulders up around our ears. We want to roll them down. Breathe. More mid-spine, team, so right under kind of that diaphragm connecting, psoas connections. Bring that down, slide the right knee up, head turns left. Head comes back to center, knee slides down, hands come under shoulders, let's roll up back. And we're going to hang out on all fours for a moment. Little cat-cow pose, just check on that spine. So inhale, exhale, just that big stretch. We're going to take our left foot and step it up. To our left hand, tuck those back toes under, come into the high lunge. Nice long kind of back, heel stretching back, hips coming down, stretch. Big deep breath. Right heel comes across to the center of the mat, then come up. Slowly look after blood pressure. And then just slowly coming down onto that front knee, knee in line with ankle. Sink through the hips for that strength, the warrior shape. And then out come these arms, shoulders drop down, nice deep breath. Look out over these front fingers. Find your breathing. Diving down slow. Option here of a three-legged down dog, team, as we turn onto the ball of that back foot. Again, optional, so that left foot reaching back and up. Foot comes down. If we've been in that three-legged down dog, meet on all fours, right foot steps forward. Find your way into that high lunge and just push back through that back heel. Sink the hips, feel that opening stretch. Left heel comes across. We're going to come up slow. Again, let that blood pressure just have that moment. And we're sinking into that front knee. Make sure it stays in line with our ankle. Arms come up. Strong. Sink down into it. Breathe. Diving down slow, turn onto the ball of that back foot,
That three-legged down dog option, or normal down dog, or frog. Big deep breaths wherever we are.
Meeting on all fours. Come down slow. And just turn these wrists around, team, into a nice wrist stretch. So thumbs to the outside, fingers back towards your knees. Plank crow, if you feel like doing a plank like this, do, but check that you can bend your elbows a little bit back towards you.
Hello again.
Hot mom. Oh. Monty making his appearance. We're going to release time, sit back on these feet. Our last sequence is a lying down sequence, so which can lead into Shavasana or meditation or whatever you need. Again, because we are, practicing this at all sorts of different times of the year for different seasons for different people. Or maybe you're doing this as a favourite out of sequence, which of course is totally a great thing to be doing. There's a lovely library that we've built up and building up. Just kind of find something warm that you can pop on at the end or now. Socks for some. We're going to lie down and just bring the knees in towards the chest. And just hold on to them, give them a squeeze in towards the body. Find your breath. Then spread your arms out nice and wide from your shoulders. Bring your feet down. Shift your hips just over to the left a little bit. Bring the knees to the right, so twist. You're going to make this a relatively active one. So our knees and our hips stay where they are. You're going to take this left hand and you're going to come over to your right hand. Follow your fingers with your eyes and then come up and open out the other way again. So inhale up and over, exhaling. Touch your left hand to your right and then inhale up, following your thumb with your eyes, touch down on the other side, out on that left side. Inhale up, exhale. Just find that slow rhythm for you. Last one, opening up to that left side. Pause, take a breath. Bring those knees back up, hips back to center, and then pop them over to the right. Knees go left, set yourself up. Then right hand, we're going to inhale up. Exhale, touch it to that left hand, follow that thumb with your eyes as you open back up and down. There we go, inhaling and exhaling back over. So just find again the rhythm of your breath.
2, 1. Pause, stretch out those arms, and then bring those knees back to center, hips back to center, soles of the feet together, knees drop out to the sides, reach the arms up towards the roof, then over your head slowly, reach them out, give yourself a stretch, and then bend the arms the way the knees are bent. Fingertips towards each other, or maybe even 4 fingers touching. Just breathe for a moment here. This is a great place, time, crew, to pop yourself into Shavasana for a few minutes. We'll move from here into a shape like Shavasana, and then into the meditation if you can do the combination. But give yourself that rest first. That restfulness of Shavasana is super important. Even if it's just 2 minutes of it, just to really recenter the body. So just breathing into that, give yourself those couple of minutes. I'm going to guide you out in a minute or so, but you most bring that kind of presence, allow yourself that time if there's more time in your day to devote to it. Soften into the breath, soften into your body. Stay present to your mat. If you're dancing off to the next thing, kind of bring it back slowly. A couple more breaths. Here, if you are coming out, just bring your awareness back to the space that you are in. Reach your arms up towards the roof, bring your knees back together, bring your hands onto your belly. Center yourself just for a moment. It's like we're gathering ourselves into the center line, just feeling like if it's scattered energy, that we can gather it all in. And find your way to seated.
Sit for a moment, just feeling that length along the spine that you've created. We're going to inhale, reach our arms up, that beautiful space that we've all created collectively around the place. Bring those fingertips down, share some with the beautiful whenua, the beautiful land that you are on. Inhale, bring the arms up, gather some of that beautiful energy in, bring it to your heart space. Take it with you into whatever the rest of your day, the rest of your week holds. Many blessings, everyone. Thank you for continuing to join me, and the meditation for those going on to just sink yourself into that.